So I kind of bought these soft pastels from Sennelier. They are the half pastels and super soft, and they're come in this tiny little set. Now, I wasn't planning on getting pastels. Let's just make that clear. These were relatively inexpensive. They were $13 for six. And it's a pretty decent little section. So I thought we'd just like play around with these today. I'm going to do, I think, a watercolor. Oh, that one's really pretty. And I kind of wanted to see, since I only have the really cheap pastels, like I kind of wanted to see what better pastels look like. And if I really wanted a whole set of them. And if I would actually use them. So I've kind of been down, oh, that one's really pretty. Down a little bit of a rabbit hole on these pastels. Okay, so there's the 6 colors. I think they're all really, really pretty. Like I said, this is the Seascape. I'm gonna run out of fingers. The Seascape set from Sennelier. So yeah, we're gonna do a quick little watercolor, and then we're gonna add these on top and kind of play around with them. I have some ideas on how we could probably maybe use them. I'm probably gonna use them a little bit more like the gouache, and we'll just kind of put them over top and see what we get. But I think they're really pretty. I don't know if they have names. They have numbers. The cool thing is that they have about, I think I want to say like 7 or 8 of these little tiny sets for different types of things. So I might order another one that maybe has a little bit more green in it. But we'll see how we like these first. And then we might be making a lot of seascapes. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to start here with, I think I want like a big like mountain type, like cliffy type shape. And maybe some sea type things. I'm not making much sense. This is the peat tinted charcoal. I really liked this one yesterday, so I'm just going to kind of preemptively make some marks through here. I want this to be like a rock kind of thing with maybe some, I don't know. We'll see what we get. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I am working on the hot press paper from Bahong. Now, I've read a lot about the types of paper you're supposed to use with pastel, and I have none of it. So we're just gonna wing it today and kind of see what happens. I'm definitely grooving on trying new things and getting some new ideas. So let's get out our lovely big brush, and we'll start off with some indigo from our handmade Poems About You set. I'm just gonna put some marks through here. I don't want this to be too heavy. I'm thinking of this as an underpainting, which is one of the things that I kept seeing people talking about was using, there's like a million different ways that you can use pastels. I had no idea. I really had no idea there were that many ways. Like I thought you just use them as pastels. Oh, but turns out there are lots of different ways to use them. I'm going to come in with a little bit of that Titan Buff. Make our little beachy color here, and I'm going to add some through here. You can use them with acrylic medium. You can use them with matte medium. You can use them with, what was the other one? Oh God, what is the other one that they used? Oh, the airbrush medium was another one that I saw used. I'm going to come in with a little bit of this sanguine through here. Ooh, that's pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. So pretty. I love that indigo. It's so pretty. Okay, I'm going to bring a little bit more of that indigo through here. Like I said, I don't want to put a lot of watercolor down. But the idea is that there's sanded pastel paper, which is what you're supposed to use, which I don't have. So we're going to see how this turns out. I don't know. It might be bad. It might be awful. Or it might be great. You never know, right? I'm going to mix up a little bit of a green gray through here. I'm going to bring some of that down through here as well. So this is kind of fun so far. So we need to let this dry, and then we'll come back to it. Like I said, I just wanted to make a base color here so that we can kind of get back in with the pastels and see what we got going on. Okay, so this is completely dry. You definitely want to make sure it's dry. Let's just jump in with this blue color. Okay, so it's definitely blue. I like being able to use the sides. I've seen people blend it with their finger. I also saw somebody use a paintbrush. This is a stiffer acrylic brush. I wouldn't recommend doing this with your watercolor brushes. Something else I saw somebody do, which I thought was very interesting. Let's get some of that gray. This is that gray blue. I kind of want to bring that through here. This sort of like water part, maybe. I'm not really trying to cover up what I did already. Just trying to enhance it. Okay, it's very messy. But less messy than the other pastels that we use, the cheaper ones. I can definitely tell a difference. There are people that have blended this out with water, and there are people that have blended it out with, I've seen baby oil. So we're going to try a little bit of matte medium. Let me get some of this out in a bowl. Okay, I've got a little bit of matte medium here. I'm just going to sort of blend it out. This is just because I had it on hand. It definitely makes it more like a paint. I like that. But I don't know that I want to use it everywhere. Let's look at it with yeah, we're going to just leave it there for now. Let's try this sort of sandy yellow color. Ooh, that's pretty. Another thing that I saw people do was sand the paper down with sandpaper, which, you know, is another way to go. I do like the effect of the matte medium. Let's try this green color up here. And I'm not sure. I'm kind of liking how they're sitting on top of here. Now, if we just go in with water, let's do that. Let's try just a little bit of water. Let's see if we can see the difference. We'll do some of this with water. It definitely makes it thinner. But, you know, at that point, why not you just use gouache, right? But I think it'll make a big difference if we go over top. This is back to the matte medium. I kind of just want to see how they're going to look. I'm just kind of pressing it in there, like I'm not. Because the matte medium's going to make it, it's going to be more of a binder than water. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. But I feel like I'm kind of defeating the purpose of having Although this sort of dry brush technique is really fun. I wonder, like, how the colors will sit on top of it once it's dry. We've got this purple color here. Let's bring that. That sort of purpley color is nice. Can we go back in with our favorite tool, palette knife? No, it doesn't really work. I'm not getting much from that. It is a less chalky than, say, those cheaper ones that I was using. Like, I can definitely tell a difference. Very significant difference. We haven't used this gray yet. Let's get up here in the sky area. I can't decide if I like to blend it out with my finger. I kind of like that, but I kind of like it when it's like sitting on top, you know? I like that. That's really pretty through there. Let's put some through here. I like it over the watercolor. Let me dry this area real quick. Okay, so this is dry. I can't really tell. This was the water down here, and this was the matte medium. The water coming up. So it's kind of a whatever you have on hand sitch, I think. I'm going to put some water down here. And I'm going to take some of this and use our little... Ooh, that's fun. Yeah, that's really cool. Liking that. That was super easy to do. So we probably need to give it a little spritz there. You can see that it's pretty messy. Although I kind of do like it with the water. What happens if we... I'm going to put some of these back because I got them everywhere. What if we just take some off? Like if we just do that. Okay, that's kind of fun. That's more like a watercolor wash. I love that. Of adding in just a little bit of that through there. Okay, that's really a cool technique. Let's take some of this. I don't want to use it too much, but I like that blue through there. I think that worked out really nice. And I think I want to add, I feel like it makes it, it definitely blends better. I feel like it almost makes it darker in a way. Put some over here. I don't know what to do with this area. I think I need more of that purple through here. I don't know what I'm doing here. It's supposed to be a rock. It's supposed to look like a rock. It might just be a shape. In the end, it's just a shape, right? Okay. What are we thinking? I think I like it. I'm going to add maybe just a little bit of this sort of, oh, it's still wet. Okay, don't use it wet on wet. That doesn't really work. That was a bad idea. Put some up here. I'm gonna let this dry and we'll come back. Okay, I'm gonna get out a little bit of this ink, this white ink. I wanna put some marks through here. I just feel like we can make better marks with our palette knife. Okay, we don't want it to go over there. Like that. Do I want to bring it? I think I want to bring it kind of through here a little bit. Just feel like it needed some white marks. Been liking the acrylic ink to add just bonusy textures. Okay, maybe don't like that, but we can blend it out. I like that. We want some up here. I need more up there. Maybe. I kind of like that staggered mark we just made there. Just using the stopper that came with it. Okay, let's let this dry. It's a little messy through there. I feel like it needs some clarification. Let me dry this first, and then we'll come back. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more of this blue. I feel like it needs to be a bit more dramatic. And like I said, you're going to have to, if you want to leave this pastel, you're definitely going to have to fix it, which I will do probably. Let's come in with this. Where's the black? I think I want the black charcoal. Where is it? Do I want black or want blue? I definitely want black, I think. What about... Ooh, let's do this ocean deep color, because it kind of feels like what we've got going on here. So we need to make a distinctive... I mean, we don't need to. I would like to make a distinctive line. That gives us just a little bit more definition through here. And then, because this is getting it's a little messy. But I don't just want to outline it, right? I mean, I want to... Okay, I think I don't hate that. I think that's good. Does it need more white? I think it needs more white. I'm feeling like a lot of white, like quite a bit. Let's do... really make that stand out. I wish that there was a white, oh, I got a chunk there. A white pastel would have been nice. There's a gray, but it's not really white. And we probably could go over this a bit if we wanted to. What happens if we bring it down like that? Scrape back in. Okay, let's let this dry. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of this yellow. I did scrape away some of that because it was a little too thicky thick. Let's come in with this matte medium. I like this effect. I feel like that texture is better than what we had before. Does it need more of that? Does it need more of this? Like in the little specks? Oh yeah, I think that works. Okay, I think that's where I'm gonna stop. I feel like I need to stop there, although I'm not sure about that down there. I'm gonna stop there. Okay, so here it is with the matte. I'm liking it. I like the colors. I like the, one of the things that's really cool, I think, about buying these sets of pre-made sets from the companies is that you know the colors are going to go together. So you don't really have to think a whole lot about what colors to use. Probably could have used a bit more orange in there, a little bit more of that sanguine. But I really wanted to focus on the pastels in this one. Now, something I really liked was using the matte medium with the pastels was fun. And through here, because we got some pretty good painterly marks through there. I like it over the watercolor. Yeah, overall, I think it works. I think it's a little messy in some areas, but I think it has a beachy feel to it. I like the white acrylic over top. Yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with this. I think it, for the first time, well, like a second time, with pastels, I think it turned out pretty well. The next thing I want to try is I've been following, or I started watching videos from Monet Cafe, which I'll leave a link to her videos below. She is like the pastel maven. This woman has all the tips and tricks for pastels. One of the things that she suggests is starting off with a layer of pastels and then using matte medium or airbrush medium to make a wash and a first background. And then you put a layer of clear gesso over top and then draw over that. And that supposedly gives you more vibrant colors. So we might try that next, I think. I think that'll be the next experiment. And we also want to try it over gouache. So we've got a lot more videos to make. We're down another little rabbit hole here of pastels and how to use them. Because I know I haven't really used them and I'd like to learn a little bit more about how to use them. So yeah, let's continue. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much. Bye.